Is this happening to you? Then you're in the right place for video game training. In this video, I'm going to show you how to defeat Morgott, the Omen King. If you want to be an absolute legend and support the channel, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. My name is Azzavhar or Azza. Now let's get into the video. I'll just show you where this boss is located on the map. So it's just past this Queen's Bedchamber site of grace. The boss is just here. And the setup that we're going to be using for this fight is 2 keen scimitars plus 17. We might use the serpent bow a little bit with some poison arrows, the finger seal for rotten breath incantation. We've got the Crucible Knight's armor set on. We're using the Arsenal Charm plus 1, which greatly raises maximum equipment load. Wing Sword Insignia, which raises our attack power as long as we keep attacking. Green Turtle Talisman for increased stamina recovery speed. And Viridian Amber Medallion plus 1, which greatly raises maximum stamina. You can also use Morgott's Shackle to stun him 2 times in phase 1, but you can't use this shackle in phase 2. You could buff up your attacks a little bit with some magic grease, some fire grease, or some lightning grease. He's not particularly weak to any of those, but they will buff your attacks a little bit. I would recommend against using holy grease because he's quite resistant to holy. His main weakness is actually just physical attacks. So with this fight, it actually pays off to be really aggressive and sometimes just choose to deal damage, even if it means you taking a little bit of damage in return. Other than that, let's jump into the fight. Okay, so first of all, let's try and apply some poison to him. We can do that with the Serpent's Bow, or you could use poison pots, or you could use poison bone darts, whatever you've got. So we'll pop the Serpent Bow out. Just going to try and get a little bit of distance. I think what we'll do, because he's hyper aggressive at the minute, is just pop the shackle. So that's shackle number 1. Then we'll fire a few of these. I think it takes about 3 or 4 to actually poison him. So he's now poisoned. Next, we'll try and get Scarlet Rot on him if we can do. So once again, we'll back up. And I think we'll go for the shackle once again. So shackle number 2 and Scarlet Rot. There we go. So that's Scarlet Rot and also poison applied to him at the same time. That's the shackles used up. We only get 2. So with that kind of like lance throw attack, there's quite a long delay on that one. You can use the shackle to actually interrupt that attack there as well. So what we'll do next is use the flask, which gives us increased stamina and increased stamina regen. Just going to go and tank that damage there. Hop on some fire grease. So now we are buffed up, ready for phase 2. So what we'll do is jump on in. With our physical attacks, they'll do quite a lot of damage, as you can see. You can put in a few strikes there, but just be careful of his phase change because he does like an explosion, which lasts for a little while. You can run in. If you just look at the amount of damage that we're doing, it's pretty much deleted him already. So I've chosen to tank that hit so that we can continue doing melee attacks. And if you look at his health, he's still got the Scarlet Rot and the poison both applied to him. So all you have to do now is just back up and it will delete him. And that's the fight. So I'm just going to try and show you a few extra bits and bobs. For example, this one here, there's quite a long delay on that. So you want to hold off your roll for a good few seconds before he actually throws that weapon. Just going to try and show you the spear throw a few more times. 1, 2, 3, roll. So just after 3 on that spear throw. 2, 3, roll. Using a good shield is quite a good idea for this as well. We've also got Barricade Shield as the Ash of War, so it can tank a lot of damage, as you can see. We're taking literally no damage whatsoever, so you could use a good shield if that works for you. You can interrupt this attack using the shackle, like so. So when his health gets to roughly around that point, he'll do that attack, at which point you can interrupt it using the shackle. Technically, what you could also do is once you start the fight, you can actually go into the menu and then press save and quit, then load back into the game, and it will put you back outside the boss fog gates like this. So if you want a bit of extra space between you and Morgott, you can actually just re-enter like this. You've got the entirety of the arena to buff yourself and start doing your attacks and stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and it helped you out in some way. If it did, remember to like, subscribe and drop a comment. You can check out all the other content that I make at azzavhar.com.